Welcome. In this video, we are going to create an ASP.NET web application. What exactly we are going to do, we will create a sign up sign in ASP.NET web application form using a database. So let's get started. First of all, I am going to design a web form like this. On the left hand side, I have uses the label controls. On the right hand side, we have uses the controls like text boxes, radio button and a drop down list so that we can understand how we can save the radio button values and a drop down list items in a database. At the bottom, I have specified two buttons, sign up and a login. When user click on this sign up, we will register our user and save its information on a database. If user is already registered, then he can click on this login button and a new web form will get open in which user can enter his username and a password. If user will successfully authenticated, on clicking of this login button, a new web page will get open. So in order to create this form, open your IDE, that is Visual Studio 2012. In order to create a web application or a website, we have to select this file menu, then select this new and select website, or you can simply press a shortcut key Shift Alt N. From this wizard, we have to select an ASP.NET empty website. While making the selection, make sure that your Visual C# option is selected. At the bottom, we have a web location where this website will going to save. At the last, we have a name of our website. By default, it is somewhat like website 1, 2, 3 or a website 10. So we can rename this. I am giving the name of my website as login login 1. As soon as you have given the name to your website, click on this OK button. After clicking on OK, you can see at the bottom our project login 1 has been successfully created by a Visual Studio. On the right hand side, you can see a Solution Explorer window. In Solution Explorer, you can see the name of your website along with web.configuration file and web.debug.configuration file. As we have selected the empty website, so right now it is showing us nothing. In order to create a web form, select your website, that is login 1, right click on it, select this add option, and from this you have to select add new item, or you can simply press a shortcut key Ctrl Shift A. From this wizard, we are going to select a web form and I am renaming my web form as a main page. Now you have to click on this add button. Now our web form has been created with the standard HTML formats. In order to design this web form, from the bottom select this design tab. So within this division tag, I'm going to specify my controls and I'm going to design my sign up form. So I'm just little expanding it so that I can drop a controls in this division tag. First, I'm going to use a label control within this division tag. On the left hand side from the toolbox menu, you can select the controls. The control which I need right now is a label control. So I'm just simply typing a label, just drag and drop it in this division tag. In order to give a name to your label, on the right hand side from properties window, you can choose or you can select or you can rename your label control. So right now the text of my label control is label. I'm going to change it like sign up form for authentication. So I have given my label a name somewhat like this, sign up form for authentication. Now I want this label in center. So as you can see that where I am not able to adjust this sign up form for authentication. In order to make it adjustable, select this label control, go to the format menu, select set position and select absolute. Now you can see that I can simply drag this label anywhere within this division tag. also specify formatting for your label. Let's say I'm making it a bold and I'm changing the color of my label to this color. So now the next control I want is a table. So from this toolbox, select a table. You have to select table which is given within this HTML tag. Just simply select it, drag it on this division tag. Now you can see that my table has been created with the 3 rows and 3 columns. In this TD tag, I'm going to specify my fields. Let's say enter your name, enter your email, gender, qualification. And on this TD tag, I will specify my general controls like text boxes, radio buttons, and a drop down list. Within this third division tag, you can use a validation controls like, let's say, required validation control or a compare validator control. So let's get started designing our web form or our sign up application form. So now I'm going to declare my fields. Let's say in this first TD tag, I'm going to write somewhat like this: enter your name. In the second TD tag, I'm going to write enter your email. Then I'm going to write a gender. Now I want some more TD tags or some more rows in this table. In order to add more rows or to insert a row, just simply right click on your table, select this insert option, and from this insert option select a row below. I want some more rows, so I'm inserting some more rows in it. Just select insert and row below. The next field is my qualification. The next field which I want is enter username and enter password. Now I'm going to use standard controls. For name, email, username and password, I'm going to use a text box control so that user can enter his or her details. So let's select a text box control and specify in this second division or in a second TD tags. I want some more text box for my email, I want text box for my username, and I want text box for my password. For gender, I am going to use a radio button control. This is my radio button. And I want another radio button. And in qualification, I am going to use a drop down list control. In order to change the name of your radio button, select this control. In the properties window, select a text and specify the name for your radio button. Let's say male. And for second radio button, I'm going to rename it as a female. Now I want to populate this drop down list. In order to populate this drop down list, you have to select or click on this arrow. Then select this edit items. In order to add items in a drop down list, just select this add button, specify the name which you want to add. Let's say I want to add 10th. I want some more controls, so click on this add. Now I'm going to write 12th. Two more fields I want: graduation. Click on add and post graduation. Once you have populated the list item, just simply click on OK. So now just let's save this program and execute it. So now my web form has been ready. Enter your name, enter your email, a drop down list has been populated, username and a password. Right now there is one issue in it. When I'm going to select a radio button, both are getting selected. I did not want this to be happen. I want only one control will get selected at one time. So in order to make only one selection, stop the execution of current website select your radio button, and we have to put a radio button, or we have to provide this radio button a common group name. So select this radio button from the properties window, select a group name and specify the name of this group. Let's say I'm giving the name of group as gender. Select another radio button and provide it a group name same as gender. Now I want some more formatting in this. Let's say I'm selecting this. I want this center. Okay. I want text box somewhat like this. This is good. Select this and this. Now I'm going to press enter. Okay, that's enough. In order to make them bold, select all and click on this bold. So now I want two more controls in this form. What I need is a button control. One button for sign up, so that on clicking of this button, the information of user will get saved in a database. So I'm renaming it as a sign up or a register, let's say. And now I want this control to be here. In order to make it adjustable, select this control, go to format, select set position and then absolute. Okay. I want another button for login, so I'm renaming it as a login. Make it adjustable, select this control, go to format, set position and absolute. I'm making it little bold. Now save this and execute. My form is getting loaded. Now I'm able to select only one control at a time. I have two buttons, register and a login. Now I want another form when user click on this login button, in which he can enter his username and a password. So let's create this form. Stop the execution of current website. Now I want another web form. In order to create another web form, we have to repeat the steps. Select your website, login one, right click on it, select add and select add new item. And I'm here giving the name of my web form as login or a login page. Just simply click on add button. Within this division tag, I want some controls like so that user can enter his username and a password. So quickly specify some label controls on it, and I'm renaming it as enter username. I'm going to use another label and I'm going to rename it as enter password. Now I want two text boxes in front of this label control. So select text box control, drag it, select another text box and drag it here. Okay, I want some spacing between them, so click on the source button, and from here I can specify an NBSP tag which is used to give a space. So let's say this is my enter username, this is my enter password, and here I want one NBSP. NBSP stands for new blank space. Just click on save and switch to the design mode. Now one more control I needed in this web form is a button control, so that after the successful authentication of a user, I'm going to redirect my user in a new page. So let's say I'm renaming it as a login. Save all. Now on the click of this button, I want this page to get loaded. In order to create, double click on this login button. and I'm going to use a method named as response.redirect. What this response.redirect will do, when user click on this login button, it will redirect me to another page, let's say login page.aspx. It will redirected me to this page, login page.aspx. So save all and let's run this program again. So when I'm going to click this login button, a new page will get open, login page.aspx. So our form is ready. In next section, we are going to learn how we are going to save the fields or the fields which are provided by user to in a database.